What is 100% a scam? The individual who called me yesterday claiming to be US Customs and Border Patrol who said I had an illegal package from Mexico in my name. Oh, you can keep it, I don't want it, that would be illegal and against the law. This reminds me of the hi. I'm calling you about a problem with your Windows computer. Usually I answer what Windows computer? I run Linux click, do. In 2019 my mom called me at work worried about my grandmother who had that call while the two of them were at my grandmother's house. I had to sternly remind my mother that my grandmother did not own a computer. This is not a fabrication. Edit, this is now my most upvoted comment ever. Thank you. I'm so sorry this is as widespread as it is. Edit 2, prolific is not the right word. I was at a CVS store recently, and overheard the checkout woman doing her best to dissuade this older man from completing his purchase of $10 $50 prepaid cards of some type. He kept saying that it is not a scam, they are going to turn off his electricity, his wife is on medical equipment and she would die, etc. etc. I even offered my input, but he was not having any of it. Out he walked with $500 of pure scam. My elderly mom literally just fell for a gift card scam via computer. It was a decent chunk of change but fortunately not enough to impact her future. Now I'm trying to implement various safeguards to hopefully prevent this from happening again. I wish she had encountered some helpful, inquisitive clerk. My elderly mom lost $26,000. Killed her. Literally. She died within a few months all stressed out, because they sold her name on a suckers list and she was constantly getting calls and emails. Anyone, ANYONE, promising to teach you the secrets of becoming wealthy at a free seminar. I have a family member that got sucked into the Kiyosaki bullshit vortex. It's a damn cult. You want last 5 minutes game edit, thanks for the awards and the likes. Has anybody actually tried one of these? I'm curious what the game actually is, but obviously not curious enough to click their bullshit. I remember hearing someone on here bought one of those games with the ads. The commenter said that the ad had like Disney-level quality of animation or something, but the game itself was something like a Flash game or PowerPoint-esque game. Oh, and they drained his credit card. Most of the time those ads just steal a well-known porn animator's work and paste their ad on top of it. The animation is rarely affiliated at all. Most of the time those ads just steal a well-known porn animator's work and paste their ad on top of it. Some don't use good animations though. Like there's one with a dude banging a redhead but it's a super basic stick animation almost. Hey, what if Terry's someone out there with a stick figure fetish? We don't kink shame, bro. The sugar mommies on Instagram that keep trying to talk to me. Give me a break man, I'm just lonely and horny in your local area. No, I'm horny and lonely in your local area. You're a trap. None of you seem to understand. I'm not single and horny in my neighborhood with you. You're single and horny in my neighborhood with me. Pretty much all YouTube ads these days. If it starts with this one trick can or anything like doctors hate this, doctors hate it because they have to explain green tea doesn't cure type 1 diabetes. TBH, it's flat out dangerous false advertising, but YouTube doesn't care. Edit, holy cow, yay, I can't respond to all of these. I had an ad blocker but removed it once it came out they were stealing info. I have ad personalization off everywhere I can so I get weird ads. Thanks for all of the suggestions, I'll give them a look. Install uBlock. Seriously, I haven't seen a YouTube ad for more than a decade. Hydrogen-rich water. Had someone I know, this person is also into MLMS, try to sell me a thousands of dollars water filter. I looked up if there were any legit studies done on the health claims, and as I suspected, I didn't find any really compelling science. Turns out most of the claims pretty much line up with the health benefits of just drinking more water in general. My Phil was into his Kagan water thingy. It was supposed to make the water molecules smaller and more easily absorbed, as used in Japanese hospitals. All part of that ionizer alkaline garbage. Mom, if you tell me the truth, I won't get mad. You know, my wife and I decided very early on that if we said that, we mean it. And we did. No idea what effect that had on our kids, but I'm hoping it was positive. This totally worked with my kids. They are 17 and 19 now and tell me everything. Hey mom? I just murdered a homeless hooker and ran over 3 orphans. Don't get mad. Everybody makes mistakes, it takes a real man to admit it. We also lost your Van Halen mixtape. Now you've crossed the line, you little shits. The people that call my house trying to sell me duck cleaning. I don't have a duck. Ask them if they clean geese. Sometimes they do, but don't advertise it. Nutriboom. But I will say this, Debbie Stovelman is happy, healthy, and alive. Boom boom. Boom boom. I'm paying off debts of $5,000 to the first 5 people to DM me, courteously of Instagram. Edit, you would not believe the amount of morons messaging me at the moment because they didn't read the context. I'm really curious what happens if you send a DM. Do they just say I need your credit card information to send the money? I went down the rabbit hole with one of these to see how far it would go when I was bored once. Basically, they try to convince you they have a crypto bot stock trading bot method that brings in guaranteed percentage gains every week. They then ask you to open a new bank account in the US, Chase was the suggestion made to me, and ask for your login details so they can connect the account to the bot. I'm guessing they somehow overdraw the account or take out other financial products to then rinse you. I don't know, as I didn't get any further with them. Kids' iPhone iPad games. My kid is downloading these free games that constantly ask her to buy an extra skin or a treasure box of thousands of coins to upgrade and keep playing. It's really scummy because they know exactly who their audience is, children who have no concept of money. They also target adults who have no concept of money, or have predisposition to addiction. Low stakes but bikinis. There is no way that little fabric stitching should be like $80 for each individual piece. Wait? You girls pay by the piece? That's a scam right there. Buying the pieces separately makes a lot of sense because we can be different sizes on the top versus the bottom. Like if you have narrow hips and a larger chest, but they're super expensive. I remember a petite friend of mine, who was large up top, was talking about how she used to have to buy 2 bikinis because of the hips to chest ratio was so different. I'm 5 feet 1 inch, but less endowed, and I usually buy pieces that have adjustable ties of some kind. Most clothing is cut for a 5 feet 7 inches fit model, and swimwear is no exception. Have you tried ordering clothing from the American Girl's large colonial section? Mega church tithing. A pastor hires me to work at his church. I just worked for this pastor at my last job, where he was an administrator. He knows I made $60K. He hires me and offers me $36K. I have to take it, as I lost my job and I'm 8 months into the job search. He sits me down after I take the job and is mad. I'm not tithing. I explain I have the choices of pay my rent, feed my kids, or give the church 10% of my income, of which they knew what I was making, what with them setting my income and the pastor more or less picking my house out for me as I was relocating. His solution: no, it's not pay me more. It's me get my wife to work at the church making $10 an hour to run their accounting department, and we can use the money she makes to tithe and pay for our infant and 3-year-old to be in daycare. This reeks in so many ways. In the secular world this would be illegal. Oh, the first church I ever worked at, I think I posted this the other day. This church paid 20% under market value. We're a church and need to save money. In most jobs, Social Security was 15% of your income and you and your employed both paid 7.5%. At this place you paid the whole thing on your own, signing something at hire agreeing to do so. Salaried employees were required to work 5.5 to 6 days a week. You agreed to give back 10% of your gross income from every paycheck. And people did this. Even though the pastor's sons didn't show up 6 days a week. Even though the pastor's wife drove a Jaguar. Even though the pastor's son drove a ducking pearlescent Lincoln Navigator. The staff thought they were helping out God. Your state's Department of Labor is interested in your location. It's no longer my state, but it was Louisiana. Yeah, they don't care.